Music's gone now, so I think I'll be okay. So I'm doing the best I can with what I can. I have some paint here that, I fixed this wall over here. I tried to do everything possible, to make things nice and everything like that. I did this wall, and I still have to paint it. But on this, you can see the writing. The writing's clear. It says posted, keep off. It also says that it's not a rental unit. It's not a business. It also says that the property is not abandoned. And I wrote specific little notes to my neighbors. I felt bad having to do this. Basically, I've been forced. So I wrote, forgive me, my neighbors. I wrote this so long ago, it's almost come off. This is temporary, thank you. And then this is 2025, it's October 25th of 2023, this says. It says, to the trespassers, from the date that they did it, gosh, I wish I could read it. Without a city abuse, stop harassing and stay away and off this, and I think it's got the address, 1021 property. Not a rental or government contracting. Godly. I can't read what it says, guys. I'm sorry. But it's individually owned. And I had 100% ownership until I don't know who put the silent lien on the property. I didn't find out that it was even the city until I did my own investigation. They were silent upon it. When I checked to see if there was any liens on the property at the time, but at the same time, there wasn't. So I'm not sure what they're doing, but it says I'm also not in commercial, I'm not in commerce, which doesn't give them any jurisdiction over this piece of land and property. I am not engaged in commercial. I'm not responsible for anybody, and nobody's responsible for me. Nobody comes on my land. There are no phone lines, utilities, or any of that stuff. So I actually put forth a contract order for them to come and remove this crap off the property, and still nobody has come to remove any of this stuff off the property. So they made it appear as though there's something going up there, but there isn't. So I want this stuff removed from the property, and everything. I want all of this removed from the property, every bit of it. So this, I don't know what it's saying today on here, but I know there are no utilities. I did have solar going, but there are no utilities and have not been on this property since I've owned it. I don't know what that says, open, or it says 5325 for numbers. Those numbers have probably remained the same the whole time that they've been on this property, I would imagine. And so I don't know what that's saying there. It's saying some numbers, 5325, and then 0694, and that says open. So I have no idea what all this means. Actually, since they came on my property and trespassed, I'm willing to still negotiate with them. I'm willing to negotiate for the fact that I can put a roof on this property, but you know what? I do want to remove this structure off the back here. It's a porch. It's a porch right here off the back, and then an add-on up there that I would think about removing from the actual structure of the property, without a doubt. But as far as them trying to force me into contracting with a third party, I am not in agreement. I will never be in agreement. It can never be binding, nor do I believe that I can be forced into it. And they are hell-bent on destroying my name, my credit, and who I am as an individual. They conspired against my rights in the middle of the street, two particular gentlemen. Not going to say their names, who they are, but I do the best I can. Over here is a garage unit with an apartment on it. I boarded up the door specifically and purposefully. I put that there to make sure to keep people out, because people had already come in and stolen all the paint that was in fact in there and all the materials that were in fact in there behind there. So I did board that off to make sure that nobody would come on my property. And I'm a very responsible individual. You know, I take care of the land. I mow it, edge it, do everything that I need or feel or believe that I want to do as a property owner, you know. But, you know, for them to believe that I'm obligated to mow or do anything with respect to the city portion of it, which would be anything beyond that pole there, would be the city. Because if you look at it, where the ladies' brick fence is right there, and before the stop sign is the same area that would be considered my land. So anything to this side of the stop sign, everything to this side of the stop sign is considered the city's obligation or responsibility. I didn't enter into any agreement that I would waste my time, my efforts, and my labor, my fuel to mow or take care of this beyond that brick wall. So if that is the public access, then that's on the city to take care of that. I have been taking care of it. So I am going to send them a bill. And I did mention to them at the time when they did come on the property and trespass with the illicit aggression and busted the chain link fence up the middle, took gate out and fence, took and stole materials off of the property, including a piece of siding, including some old antique, or I should say, not ancient, the word I'm looking for, I guess it'd be antique, some boards or wood logs that made like a garden square. They took those and removed those off the property. To me, those had value. Not only value, they looked good where they were. It looked like a little meadow where things were growing there for the, you know, the little creatures and inhabitants that come on properties. For instance, bees, butterflies, ladybugs. Out here, there's frogs as well. So it's very disappointing to me. But I don't believe that I'm responsible in any way, shape, or form to maintain or take care of anything beyond the stop sign. But I have been doing it. I have been manicuring it and taking care of it and running out of fuel to get to my own land and property because I'm taking care of the city's portion that they should be taking care of. All right? So it makes me not be able to have enough fuel to do what I need to do, like for instance in this center area of this fence, because when I take care of the city's portion, I run out of fuel to take care of my own. That's not going to happen anymore. Now I know that they cannot dictate the terms of my land because I am not a rental property. I am not a condo with CC&Rs that I've entered into contract to binding agreements to. I'm not in any contract with the city whatsoever. Not for water, I'm not involved to the phone, utilities, there's nothing hooked on this property that would cause anybody any harm or danger. Nobody has the right to come on my land. There were 8 signs of no trespassing, and they still illicitly came forcefully onto the property, broke in, busted the gate over there to get in, busted the back gate, hinge, to get in, dug a big area that is horrible now to continue manicuring and taking care of. So you can hear the aggression in my voice. I don't know if it's called aggression as much as it is passion in me trying to explain the circumstance. I'm hopeful that everybody will understand this. I don't know how I'm going to share this, but I'm going to do my best in trying to share this information. I do the best. Here comes Shadow. This is our kitty that has Shadow. You hear it. It comes running anytime. He follows him everywhere. But this is the cat that has adopted us. And I don't know where he's going right now, but we need to bring him back over. All right, so everybody, I'm sharing with you what I can. And I'm hopeful that I'll be able to paint the rest of this and get it done. It needs some TLC, it needs some paint, yeah, it needs, like, all this wood underneath here is all good, and I will show you when I knock on it. And people have, in fact, been coming onto the property and doing things to degrade it even more. It needs a roof, but needing a roof, they have no, I don't consent or give them any authority or right or even existence to have that kind of control upon me, because no man or woman or anybody or any entity has any kind of authority over me, and nor can anybody dictate the terms of what and what I do not do with the land, other than, of course, within reason. I'm not going to put a refrigerator right here in the yard, because obviously a refrigerator doesn't go here unless it was behind a gazebo or something like that, and it was used for my purpose if I were to entertain or what have you. But that's not part of the project or the picture at the moment. So moving forward, letting y'all know, I'm going to finish painting this wall. I did the best I could to let them know it's not a rental. It's not a business. I'm not engaged in commerce. And I am not in their jurisdiction as a property owner. This is not commercial land that they have jurisdiction over. The city only has jurisdiction over commercial property. That's it. Like, for instance, the property next door, it's a rental unit. They can, in fact, tell the landlord that the landlord needs to do this, 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 and this, because the landlord is, in fact, engaged in commerce in their city. I, on the other hand, am not, nor will I ever be. I wasn't planning on making this place a place of where I would consider a home or a residence. This property is for the purpose of what this property was purposed for. I still own it. I'm going to still own it. In the name of Jesus, I claim it. I know that the Lord didn't give me this only to take it away from me. And it's come the time where all these individuals that have been running roughshod on all these inhabitants, which they don't care, they don't mind being led with blinders and a ring nose in their nose. They want to be governed, not me. I don't want to be ruled, and I don't want to be part of any plantation, period. I am going to continue pursuing and fighting my best fight. I'm too old for this. I don't want to fight. I don't want the strife. But I'll tell you what I do want. I do want justice, and I do want the neighbors to come together. I want everyone to love one another and love their neighbor. And I want everybody to really put on their thinking cap of common sense and reason. What is this morally right for them to tear down somebody's structures, buildings, property, no matter what, and take possession or take it away from them, or however they're deciding to do this corruption? Is that morally right? Is that what we would want for our next fellow neighbor in this neighborhood? Over here, would we want that for that lady in that property? Would we want that for that lady in this property? Today it's me, but it's really only me because they consider me a transplant. And they considered me a Muslim when I first got here. So they made it very clear that they were not having it. Somebody like me that they believed was that. They were not having that person move in. It's very clear. When you come to this town, you'll realize it's very clear. So today I move forward, and I'm moving forward. That's my kitten named Light. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this message. I don't even know if I'm recording. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. And I'm hopeful that somebody is going to make contact. All that I can say is I hope everybody comes together and realizes I'm in danger. I'm truly, truly in danger. I'm an elderly woman, and I don't have any fear, but nobody should treat anybody like this. They're horrible, 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 horrible people here that are running this town. There's a lot of nepotism. I think the mayor's wife is the secretary of something, and then, she's the treasurer, and then we have, it's just so much. There's just way too much. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a crime against the law, but who am I to say on that? I just need the assistance for everybody to come together And love your neighbor. Love one another. It doesn't matter if they're black, yellow, green, or white. We have to love one another. People need to change. They have to. People just have to change. You have to realize that, I mean, where are your morals? Where are your values? Where is it? I'm so beside myself not understanding. I don't have the comprehension to understand the hatred that they have for individuals in this town. I don't understand it. I don't want to ever understand it. And I will never, ever, ever come to know it. So I'm going to digress right now. I'm passionate about what I believe. I believe in the United States Constitution. But first and foremost, I know who I am in Christ. And I know that I get my rights. They're inherent. They come at birth. They come from God Almighty, the one who created each and every one of us. Now, whether you believe it or not, that's completely up to you. Okay? So I share this message. I've made these things around the property because I've had to. I've had to try to be able to stay safe, or at least let them know that they cannot trespass on this land. I've generated things with case law that should be acknowledged. Now, this particular thing here, you know, whether they see it or not, I believe that they're trying to portray a fraud upon the court. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm asking them to protect, not violate, because that is their sworn duty in office. That's their oath that they took. And them and others are acting in treason. They're in dishonor. So I'm going to generate a letter to send that telling them it's not too late to do the right thing. Common sense and reason, please. And under their charter that they get their permissions from the state to be able to function and operate as a city, to have a police department, to have a fire department, to, you know, do whatever it is that they need to do to try to operate in the capacity of a business, they still have to abide within the Constitution of the United States. And in their charter, under Public Acts, if I'm not mistaken, it says, do no harm. So the city is in violation of the U.S. Constitution. And there's Article 6 within the Constitution of the United States. It's the Supremacy Clause. And in that Supremacy Clause, anything repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. And it tells you exactly who has to abide by it. All judges are bound thereby. So it's pretty clear. This I generated on September 11th of 2025, and I'd like it to reflect. So please, people, I'm a property owner, and under the Fourth Amendment, I mean, I'm not sure what has to happen here, but there is something that in it's been brought to my attention. There is something that can take place, and it's a writ that's in the Constitution of the United States. It's a writ, and it's a very strong one, a writ of mandamus in quo warranto. And what that would do, that would cause a special look at the city and all their dealings that they have been doing for so long to biracial couples and to others that are different, and for the purpose of benefiting and filling their coffer for whatever reason it is. It's all about money. It's all about generating money. None of it in regards to these public servants, as far as I've seen so far, based on my experience, is to help. Because everything so far that I've seen isn't helping. They want to help? Give me the $8,000 that it would cost to put the roof on the property. Not tear down the property and throw the individual in the street or make their life in torment, depriving them of life, liberty, property, and just the mere right to exist. So I'm sharing this today, and I hope everybody watches it. Eventually I'll be coming live, sharing more. When I come live, I hope and pray that everybody comes on here, and I hope and pray on that day when they come to harm this elderly woman, which is me, that people will show. It's like that Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Well, that's not part of it. But in the Bible, in Isaiah, I believe Isaiah 55, it says that if I call them forth, the people will come. So, and also there's so much more. I just pray that we all can love our neighbor, and I pray that I don't become a statistic. I pray that the harm that they want to put upon me will be put to a stop. I know there's that biker group, BACA, that watches over children in that manner. If there's a group out there that want to stand the ground, I don't want any harm. I want peaceful. I'm asking that they would come, and I need to get off because there's music playing pretty loud in the background, and I'm trying to drown it out with my voice. So I don't know what'll take place because of that. I just only know that I'm walking away from it because there's nothing more I can do. Everybody has a right, to listen to what they want to, and everybody has a right to live their life. And so I'm just doing the best I can, trying to share this. So please, friends, please, heaven, I hope you all have a wonderful and an amazing day. I pray you all have an incredible life. I pray that people will stand their ground and know who they are. And I'm hopeful that a lot of people are hearing this cry right now, this plea coming from me. Help me. Help me to put these people accountable. Help me to stop them from this irreparable harm that I've suffered from the day I came to this town. Please help me. I want to go, and they keep pulling me, and I can't leave, and I don't want to leave because I don't want them to say that I left and I have a warrant or this and that. I've never been in trouble with the law. I don't commit crimes. I've never drank. I've never done drugs. It doesn't make me any better. It's just I've made wise choices in my life, and they know that, and now they have set out to destroy me financially. And not only that, because of my age, they're starting to, I believe that I am suffering a few things. I never had migraines. Now I get migraines. I don't know if it's because of the chemtrails that they're dropping, because there's a sweet smell that I smell when it happens. And actually, a young boy today, he was mowing a lawn over here, and he said he wanted to walk away because he needed to get some water because he was feeling sick. And right before that, we both smelled a smell of a sweet smell. And that's, I don't know, is that some kind of toxic thing that they're trying to put down on people? I have no idea. I don't know the facts on that. I do know that they began cloud seeding a couple days ago, and we did have rain last night because of it. So I'm hearing something from somebody saying something in my ear, and I'll have to get back with you guys on some things. So I appreciate you guys all for watching. Although this isn't live right now, I'm going to post it, and I pray that everybody that listens to this subscribes, and I pray that everybody listens to this, searches their conscience and their hearts and the common sense and reason that why are they doing this? Why would they want to do this? Why? I told you why. Because they believed I was a Muslim. So I guess I'm going to put out there, if anybody knows of anybody, I'm just going to throw this out for humor. If anybody knows of any people of Islamic faith, if they're looking for a plot of land and they want to put and erect one of their mosques here, there isn't one here. But they have a right to worship however they choose as well. Whether I agree with it or not, it's their right. There's 5 churches in this whole entire area. And from what I've seen, I don't believe any of them are being neighborly and showing love to their neighbors. I mean, none of them have come over here and knocked on this door and said, hey, you want to come to our church? Or, anything. There's no neighborly love anywhere in my experience of what I've seen. I've walked out of a few churches because of a few things that were said, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to share right now is We all need to come together, and we all need to love one another, period. So this is my plea, and I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. Thank you so much for listening. Today is September 15th, this 2025 year of our Lord. And I want to wish everybody peace, happiness, joy. And right now, I just want to get my joy back. Right now, I've been trying to just figure out, what do I do? You know, I'm just being still and listening and trying to share this as much as I can. But I'm hoping and praying that this is figured out and people really take this to heart and don't turn a deaf ear or a blind eye to this elderly woman that's being put through this. And I don't want to play the victim. I was a victim once, although I didn't want to look at myself as a victim. So please, folks, I'm going to get a roller brush and I'm going to finish painting this because I don't like how it looks. So I'm going to get a roller brush if I can find one, and I'm going to finish painting this wall white, and then sit down and draft a letter to the city, pleading and, coming with, on their common sense and reason, destroy a life. They're wanting to evict a homeowner from a property. First of all, an eviction can't fly because there is no landlord-tenancy relationship, managers or anything otherwise. I own the property. It's not in commerce. It's not a rental unit. They have no jurisdiction over me, the woman, or over the property. I have a right to be secure in my person's papers and effects, and I have a right to own property. I have the right to exist. I have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And right now, my pursuit is getting the heck out of this town alive, intact, with my blood in my body, because we know how it can get. We've seen several things. So please, I'm asking, I'm pleading, please help. Please help this elderly woman, which is me. And I'm going to share my name with you folks. My name is Marcia. I hope that one day that I can look back on this and say, we all came together and we loved our neighbor and we helped one another. And for the record, I'm not a Muslim. And I think that it's just, somebody said it's probably just gotten out of hand and they don't know what to do at this point. I'm hoping that's true. So that's why I'm going to write a letter and tell them it's not too late. It's not too late, and that I forgive them. And they can do the right thing. Let's hope and pray that that's what happens. I've put a few Supreme Court case laws down here as well.